That night I felt so unsafe.
मेरे को लाइफ में इसकी जरूरत नहीं है.
मांगना सबको है, करना नहीं है अप्लाई.
इतना हद तक चला गया है, अभी घर छोड़ने की बातें आ गई है.
मैं कितना गलत जी रही थी अपनी जिंदगी.
अभी तो जुम्मा तेरे को हुआ है, कमाने लग गया और तू बड़ी बड़ी बातें करने लगा, छोटा मुंह बड़ी बात करने लगा है.
मैं तेरे कमियां देख रही थी लाइफ में. आई वॉज कॉन्स्टेंटली टोल्ड सिंस चाइल्डहुड कि ये तो रफ एंड टफ है लड़की.
इट्स द डीपर ट्रूथ अबाउट योरसेल्फ.
जब सब कुछ सही नहीं चल रहा होता है तब रब का रास्ता याद आता है करके.
Men were supposed to go out and work and women used to घर संभालो.
At that point of time I thought that this is over. So welcome back to the second episode of Let's Talk about it. And
What was that? The story.
the first episode,
Oh my God. देखना बनता है
too
लोगों को.
much we unpacked, too much. इतनी तो हमको देने की जरूरत भी नहीं थी कंटेंट, बट हमने दे दी है.
Yeah.
बट ये है सेकेंड एपिसोड.
Yes.
एंड तुझे कुछ बोलना था ऑडियंस को स्पेसिफिकली.
Okay. Before we start with the conversation, serious conversation, story को आगे बढ़ाने से पहले guys सब्सक्राइब करो यार. क्या कर रहे हो यार? कोक लो, थम्स अप लो, जो भी लेना है लो. नॉट स्पॉन्सर्ड, बट डाइट वाला लेना. और पॉपकॉर्न लेके बैठो और सब्सक्राइब करो, फ्री है. कितनी बार बोलना पड़ेगा? लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब भी करो, कमेंट भी कर ही लो.
क्योंकि ड्रामा तो बहुत है.
बहुत है.
ड्रामा कमिंग योर वे. आर वी रेडी टू अनपैक?
आई थिंक सो. यू लेफ्ट द हाउस बैग पैक करके निकल ही गई सीधा. एंड आई वॉज लाइक शॉक्ड. मैं तो प्रोसेस ही नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ यू नो वो डे पे. ट्राई टू रिमेम्बर दैट पर्टिकुलर डे, दैट नाइट जो हमने घमासान लड़ा है. इट वॉज वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर मी टू सी यू लीव. एंड आई डोंट नो फिर कितने दिन तक आएगी. सब दिमाग में ना सारे क्वेश्चंस भागने लगते हैं आपके. प्लस यू आर टेंस्ड, यू आर जस्ट एंग्री, यू आर शॉक्ड, यू आर टू मच मिक्स्ड इमोशंस चल रहे हैं आपके दिमाग में. एंड यू आर ट्राइंग टू फिगर आउट कि इतना हद तक चला गया है अभी कि अब घर छोड़ने की बातें आ गई है, कि ये लेवल तक हम चले गए हैं. सो आई कुड नॉट फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल टेक इट ओनली कि ये हो क्या रहा है. शायद गुस्सा दिलाने के लिए बोल रही है, या ये मुझे यू नो सो दैट आई सॉर्ट इट आउट विथ हर उसके लिए बोल रही है. आई वॉज नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड. सो आई वॉज ऑल लॉस्ट इन माई ओन थिंग कि ये हो क्या रहा है. मैं खुद को काबू नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, तो मैं तुझे कैसे समझाऊंगा या तुझे कैसे रोकूं कि मत जा, लिसन, डोंट गो. सो या आई वाज यू नो
Yeah, because
feeling
at
all
that
of
point
these
of time
things.
you didn't even stop me. Like I went and it was nothing.
Somewhere I also felt that कि या ऐसा, या तो एक दो दिन के लिए जा रही है वापस आ जाएगी ऐसा लग रहा था, या तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि बस ये अभी के लिए जा रही है, नीचे रुकेगी, गाड़ी में बैठेगी और आ जाएगी, गुस्सा नहीं शांत हो जाएगा. तो जनरली वी डू दैट ना, कि जब घर से बाहर जाते हैं वॉक करते हैं और वापस आ जाते हैं घर पे. सो आई थॉट दैट कि शायद ये होता होगा. It was something different.
But also usually you go for a walk. I never leave the house when
Yeah.
I'm angry.
Yeah.
I should obviously try more walk and take it like take the steam off, but I don't do it usually. I'm in the home and I'm just trying to understand what I'm going through. But that night was very different. That night I felt so unsafe that I couldn't stay here and I wanted to actually go. I wanted some safety net. I wanted some safe space for myself. In the night, I took the car. It was middle of the night. I took the car. I went.
And
It was raining
मूसलाधार
heavily.
बारिश.
Yeah, heavily. It was raining really bad. And in that rain, I drove. I drove for 3.5, 4 hours and I reached Pune.
So you must have reached like 5 in the morning.
Yeah, I reached pretty late.
Yeah.
And I reached to your Bhaiya Bhabhi's place because Karan Shoki is their name. Is the name. They are the people who have actually taught us a lot of things in our lives. So we somewhere feel that that's our safe space, and that's why I was there. And they always loved and treated both of us very equally.
Yeah.
I was never made to feel that I am the bahu or I am the outsider.
Yeah.
Because Shoki is also a bahu, so she gets where I'm coming from. So I went there because I couldn't understand what to do about everything in life. I couldn't. At that point of time, I thought that this is over. This is the last days of my marriage, and this is how my marriage is. And what I thought, it's completely opposite. Nobody prepped me that it's going to be that hard. And I didn't know at that point what to do. I didn't know what will lead to what now? I thought this is it. ना दिवेश मुझे मना रहा है, ना मैं मनना चाह रही हूँ, and this is it. So I went there and I thought that if I just go, probably you'll understand, or probably this will go nowhere.
It could be two things.
Yeah, it could have gone anywhere, right? It could have gone downhill also from there. When I left in the house, you though didn't understand what is going on.
I was trying to figure out all my. मतलब मैं सो गया, and then next morning,
Okay.
yeah, I mean थक हार के झगड़ा करके आप what do you expect?
When it was 12 in the night
Yeah.
and your wife left, didn't you feel care or concerned as to where is she going
I
so
think-
late in the night?
I think the gussa took over so much that these feelings took a backseat.
Mm.
You generally think that कि अब गुस्से में निकल रही है, गाड़ी में जा रही है तो she is driving, she knows how to drive. ऐसा तो दिमाग में बेसिक तो आता ही है थॉट्स कि वो जाएगी तो ठीक है पुणे जाएगी and she is going to some safer place only. You try to be very much okay with yourself कि ठीक है कहीं और नहीं जा रही है, जा तो रही है अपनी फैमिली वालों के पास ही जा रही है to take shelter and probably something good will come out of it. I don't know how to handle my emotion right now. I am so fucked in my own brain and my gussa काबू नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ. So all of that thing, but still back of my mind, all of these things were there somewhere. Hence the gussa was so much that I could not take over that safer side कि तेरे लिए मैं safety सोचूं पहले.
I'm assuming that you were only feeling unsafe
Yeah.
in everything in the scenario. How would you ensure? अगर तुम खुद ही ठीक नहीं हो तो तुम क्या ही नोटिस करोगे कि
Yeah.
like for example even if we go like we travel through flight and उसमें भी बोला जाता है कि ऑक्सीजन मास्क पहले खुद लगाइए
Yeah.
एंड फिर किसी और को दीजिए या अपने बच्चों को दीजिए. इन दैट ऑल्सो इट्स नॉट लाइक कि अच्छा नहीं तुम मेरी परवाह पहले कर और फिर खुद की कर.
Yeah.
Usually a person will obviously
You just want to save yourself first so that I need to check myself. मैं ही इतना खराब फील कर रहा हूँ, मैं क्या रुका हूँ, मैं किस हिसाब से रुका हूँ. I don't have a solution for it. मेरे पास नहीं है. मेरे गंदी घमासान फाइट हो चुकी है हमारे बीच में. So मैं तो पहले खुद ठीक हो जाऊं. Then I have the capability to ask you, listen. Then the realization comes when you look within. कि हुआ क्या. वो look within करने का टाइम ही नहीं था वहां पे. Because those emotions were just चिपके हुए थे दिमाग में, शरीर में.
Yeah. So then when I was at Karan Shokhi's place, I think I was just realizing everything. It was just hitting me hard and they actually asked me a very serious question.
Yeah.
They asked me कि क्या तुझे continue करना है
Yeah.
शादी?
After they heard all the
After they heard
conversation.
everything, of course, but they also heard, I would say that they also heard one side of the story.
Yeah.
So, but their question was really valid that how much of it do you have the strength in you to take it further? If you have it, go well and good, you go continue and try harder. But if you don't, then what is it right now? What do you want to do right now? That was a very hard-hitting question and I didn't have an answer to it at that point of time. I didn't know what to say because I had no clue what to do. Did you feel coming over there? Did you feel that I need to make this right?
After a day or two, I was like कि थोड़ा शांत हो जाऊंगा मैं in my anger, my gussa, whatever I was feeling, I will thoda calm down and probably I can think straight what needs to be done. So eventually, yes, I was kind of planning to maybe call you or maybe go there. So ये इन दोनों में से तो मेरा चल रहा था. Then I think if I'm not wrong, I called Shokhi कि what is the situation to check on you कि क्या चल रहा है and all. We finalized that I should come.
Yeah.
And then I drove to Pune.
So after 2 days, you came down.
Yeah. So I came and I saw you after 48 hours. You were not smiling. You were not yourself. You were very shattered, बोल सकते हैं, because that emotion was not something that I have seen in a longer time. So you were in your cocoon, in your shell. Your guards were up.
Yeah.
Because you saw something that you don't feel safe. Hard conversation करनी पड़ेगी, you know.
But also, I feel that when I was there, when I was at Karan Shokhi's place, I think I also went through a lot of realizations about what I was probably not doing right in the marriage. I come from a family where I'm the elder daughter. So a lot of responsibilities do come on me, managing my dad's emotions, managing my mom's emotions, managing my sister because I have a younger sibling. For a girl, it's a lot. For anyone, for a boy also, it's a lot to take when the person is eldest in the family. A lot of unsaid responsibilities. Usually कोई ऐसा आके तुमको देता नहीं है, and कभी कभी देते भी है. Like I was told multiple times कि मॉम का ध्यान रखना, बहन का ध्यान रखना. Although it was not my not my core responsibility.
Like इसका तो ध्यान देना ही नहीं पड़ता, ये तो खुद संभल जाती है.
I was constantly told since childhood कि ये तो rough and tough है लड़की, ये तो rough and tough है, ये तो rough and tough है, इसको तो कुछ नहीं, ये तो चल जाती है. But मैं नहीं चलती हूँ. Sometimes I want the care. Sometimes I don't want to be rough and tough. But because you are conditioned to be the rough and tough person, you start acting like that. You start acting like, oh, you have your shit together. I can handle it. I can, because that's what you've been fed. You've been fed that image of being rough and tough. So now you become the caretaker who's managing emotions majorly, who's now mature than what her actual age is. You know, बहुत जल्दी बड़ी हो गई बोलते हैं ना. ऐसे मैंने बचपन में कितना सुना है, अरे तुम्हारी बेटी तो बहुत जल्दी बड़ी हो गई,
अपनी एज से भी बड़ी,
अपनी एज से ही बड़ी है. बिकॉज मैंने चूज नहीं किया था, वो हो गया था. हाँ,
थोपी गई थी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज,
ले लिया था. बिकॉज कोई और वो जो जैसे वो रोल निभाना होता है वो किसी ने किया नहीं तो मैंने निभा लिया. सो ऑल दैट मेक्स यू दैट पर्सन. सो इन दैट प्रोसेस आई रियलाइज दैट आई have eventually become very stubborn or very controlling. But I didn't know that was controlling. I thought, but it's my way, right? But it's the correct way. Not even like my way. There is no distinguish. There is like, but it's the correct way. यही तो सीखा है मैंने बचपन, यही तो मैंने किया है, यही तो मैंने इमोशन संभाले, तो यही तो सही तरीका है.
और कोई तरीका ही नहीं,
और कोई तरीका ही नहीं एग्जिस्ट करता. For me, it was like there was a realization that, oh, I am too stubborn or I am too controlling for him to even understand me. If I am not understanding me, that's what I am attracting. He's also not understanding me. We both are not understanding each other. Think that कि दो इंसान भी सही हो सकते हैं, two truths exist in a world, is something that I didn't understand earlier.
Same. I mean, we didn't know we could coexist.
Yeah. So then I felt that, oh नहीं, मैं जो बोल रही हूँ वो सही है. So I understood, I realized those things. I realized that अगर मैं, because again, being the eldest child, responsibility है, तो तुम करना तो सब सही चाहते हो, but कोई सुनता नहीं है तुम्हारी. Eldest child की ना कोई सुनता नहीं है, करना सबको अपना ही है, मांगते सारे सजेशन है eldest sibling, eldest child से. तुम जब समझाते हो ना तो तुम्हारी पिच जो है वो बड़ी होने लग जाती है.
You become like a preacher.
You don't become like a preacher. You start to explain your point a lot. You start to over explain. You start to yell a lot. Because you want the other person to hear what you are trying to say. And that while we are having arguments, while we are having fights, I am raising my voice and not being kind to you also while talking. And that in turn used to trigger a lot of emotions inside you, and that used to
hit back. So I remember you said कि करण शोकी ने तुझे पूछा कि do you want to continue? This came because of the history of the Pandit ji who told कि हमारी कुंडली मैच नहीं कर रही है, and they told us सोच लो because this guy has some issues in his own self. वो खुद ही असमंजस में है, वो निकल ही नहीं पा रहा है, तो बाहर की प्रॉब्लम्स देख पाएगा नहीं देख पाएगा. इट्स अ क्वेश्चन मार्क because they were also new and they told us this thing. You know, उसके हिसाब से they told कि सोच ले तेरे को आगे कंटिन्यू करना है कि नहीं करना है. Yeah, this I wanted to say because
and that's why see, it had only been like 4, 5, 6 months in our marriage. So point was that, do you feel that you have enough strength to continue this and to be each other's pet project? Because that obviously now when we look back, you have to have some patience and time in the relationship, of course. But at that point of time, we were thin on everything. At that point of time, I was not realizing what was the answer. One part of me was like, no, kar lenge. but a major part of me was कि it's too much to handle.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it.
मेरे दिमाग में जब मैं आया ना तो ये सोच के आया कि मैं अपने आप को बोल रहा था, ये सेल्फ टॉक कर रहा था कि याद है दिवेश तूने बोला था जब अपने आप को प्रिपेयर करते टाइम कि शादी कर रहा है तो चीजें आएंगी, गुगलीज आएंगी लाइफ में, तो संभालनी है तेरे को गुगलीज, तो ये वन ऑफ द गुगलीज है, तो ये हैंडल दिस गुगली, यू रिमेम्बर यू प्रिपेयर्ड योरसेल्फ फॉर दिस डे, तो गो एंड जस्ट विन हर बैक.
Yeah.
So that memory I remembered कि जब शादी से पहले मैं अपने घर पे खुद को प्रिपेयर कर रहा था. It was not just one day that I was preparing myself. It was a series of events I was preparing myself for this marriage, that this can go anywhere. So you have to just remember that you love the person. So you will do anything to save your marriage.
Yeah.
अच्छा बनाने के लिए आप जो करना है कर सकते हो, but just do it. चेंज करना पड़े खुद को, कुछ चीजें अनलर्न करनी पड़े,
But why?
रेडी रहना उस चीज के लिए.
But why is it that you realize this in the rock bottom? Like for example, when you say change करना पड़े खुद को,
Yeah.
तो कर लेंगे.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a question which is very
Generic, yeah.
generic.
Lot of people might relate to this because they might have gone through such scenario or for future reference also.
ऐसे मैंने usually देखा है कि women try to change or to make the husband understand or the partner understand.
क्योंकि जब नॉर्मल इश्यूज होते हैं तब तो ऐसा लगता है कि दिस कैन बी इग्नोर्ड. जब रॉक बॉटम आता है तो ऐसा लगता है अरे बहुत बड़ी चीज है, तूफान आया लाइफ में.
Why does that happen? That
क्योंकि घर पे यही होता था, एक ऊपरी चीजें सरफेस लेवल इग्नोर की जाती है. आप मम्मी को अगर मुझे कुछ बोलना है, पापा को कुछ बोलना है, या फैमिली को कुछ प्रॉब्लम है, तो देयर इज नो डिस्कशन हैपनिंग. तो द काइंड ऑफ चाइल्डहुड आई हैड वाज कि कोई तो मतलब पूछता भी नहीं था कि तेरी पढ़ाई कैसी चल रही, तेरा दिन कैसा था. एक काइंडनेस ही नहीं थी वहां पे. तो हमको तो लगता था कि बारिश आई है तो ही कटोरा लेके खड़े रहो, या फिर कुछ एक्सट्रीम हो रहा है देन ओनली यू कम फॉर हेल्प. देयर इज नथिंग दैट कि कोई अगर छोटी मोटी माइनर इशू है, दाग लग गया, यहाँ पे चोट लग गई, तो बैंडेड लगा कि काम पे चलो, हो गया वैसा. बट उसको देखा नहीं कि अंदर ये क्यों हुआ, क्या हुआ, उसके आगे पीछे की कोई रिसर्च हिस्ट्री नहीं जानी जाती थी. तो मे बी बिकॉज ऑफ दिस रीजन कि रॉक बॉटम हिट हुआ, तब जाके ऐसा लग रहा है कि नाउ इट्स अ चेंज. जब छोटी छोटी चीजें होती है ना, ऐसा लगता है कि अवॉइड, हाँ ठीक है, इसको अवॉइड की जा सकती है. मतलब लेट मी बी मी वाला सिनेरियो. मैं तो ऐसा ही हूँ.
Let me be me.
Yeah, it was my favorite line. कि इतनी कोई बड़ी बात तो है नहीं ना, इसमें क्या है, ठीक है ना, एडजस्ट कर लेंगे, एडजस्ट करना. वी जस्ट से इन आवर माइंड, वी डोंट मे बी से आउट लाउड टू पीपल, वी जस्ट से तो क्या हो गया. बिकॉज आई हैव सेड दिस इन माई फैमिली, बिकॉज मेरी फैमिली ने भी मेरे से ऐसी ही बात किया है कि कोई बड़ी चीज हो जाती है.
somewhere families do minimize emotions कि
बहुत ज्यादा
बड़ी चीज
अंडर प्ले करते हैं कि इतनी कौन सी बड़ी बात हो गई जो इतना बरस रहा है हमारे सामने, 2 पैसे तो कमाने लग गया है, अभी तो जुम्मा तेरे को हुआ है, कमाने लग गया और तू बड़ी बड़ी बातें करने लगा, छोटा मुंह बड़ी बात करने लगा है. तो हमको चुप कराया जाता था.
But also is it this weird with families, you know, when we actually have an opinion, it's always like कि तुम तो अभी छोटे हो.
Yeah.
But when there is any contribution to be made in the family, monetary wise, अब तो तुम बड़े हो, अब तो तुमको सारा उठाना पड़ेगा.
सारा घर का बोझ तुमको ही संभालना है.
So that's so like selective बड़े हो तुम करके कि अगर
अपनी सहूलियत के हिसाब से
तुम बड़े हो. अगर ओपिनियन दे रहे हो तो नहीं दे सकते, फिर वो डिसोबीडियंट हो जाओगे तुम. क्योंकि ये मेरे साथ बहुत हुआ है.
तू तो चेंज हो गई है, तू पता नहीं तेरे को. तो ऐसा
फील कि दिस इज वेरी, इट फील्स अनफेयर समटाइम्स.
So you tell me what happened exactly, like what kind of conversations you were having with Karan and Shoki, because they come from a very understanding mindset and they are already married couple, they sort out their issues and
they have also dealt with a lot of things in life.
So what was the conversation going on while I was not there for 2 days?
So conversation, the main conversation that we came to, Shoki was talking to me about spirituality, but I never took it very seriously. But when a person actually hits rock bottom, तब उसको याद आता है. कि रॉक बॉटम हुआ तो एक बंदा चेंज होने पे आ जाएगा.
हाँ.
So चेंज होना कितना मुश्किल की बात है. चेंज if for example I want to change something about me, it's so difficult to change one habit.
Yeah, क्योंकि look within करना पड़ेगा ना.
लुक विद इन करना पड़ेगा, एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ेगा, वर्क करना पड़ेगा, कंटिन्यूस रखना पड़ेगा, तब जाके यू विल इवेंचुअली हैव
Change.
some improvement.
Yeah.
Imagine expecting that from the other person.
Hmm.
All the more difficult, right? Shoki obviously sort of always pushed me towards spirituality, but I never took it seriously. But that was the time when I hit rock bottom. There is a line no in Hindi ki जब सब कुछ सही नहीं चल रहा होता है तब रब का रास्ता याद आता है करके ऐसा. And that's what exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Is that was my when I hit rock bottom, that was my calling. That was my point where I started my spiritual journey.
And you thought that when you told me करके देखती हूँ क्या ही हो जाएगा, मतलब वैसे भी
I
मतलब
thought
the
what's
things are
more
not.
to lose.
Yeah.
सब कुछ तो खो ही चुकी हूँ.
हाँ.
इससे ज्यादा क्या खोने वाली हूँ
About
लाइफ
to
में.
about to lose.
Yeah. नहीं खो ही चुकी थी. At that point when in my brain it was like okay it's done.
हाँ.
You know, maybe I was getting into spirituality more to not for the relationship, more to do with me.
Yeah.
And my emotions. And that's how it should be. You enter into spirituality to sort your life. When people enter into spirituality, they expect changes from the environment, like from the external environment. But till the time you don't look within and you don't change internally, nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
Ever. So that was my point, calling that, okay, I got to do something about it. I got to improve for myself. And I started my spiritual journey. My spiritual journey is that was the first time that I meditated. That was the first time I sat for an hour's meditation. And at that point of time, मैंने break लिया बीच में. Meditation के बीच में मैंने break लिया था. क्योंकि मैं थक गई थी meditate करके.
This you didn't tell me.
Yeah, I know it's new information.
This is new for me. Oh my god.
Yeah,
okay.
but this had happened.
Wow.
I was like, oh my god, कितनी मेहनत लग रही है meditation में.
हाँ, because
मतलब today we know that okay नहीं रखती है मेहनत, easily हो जाता है.
Yeah.
You know, now it's a part of our routine. Every day we do meditate for an hour or so. But at that day when it was my first meditation, I sat still. एक तो it's a task to sit with your thoughts alone without talking to
And
anyone.
Just keep breathing.
And just focus on breathing.
Yeah.
That first time after like 25 minutes, I was like, oh my God, this is too much. Yeah, it felt like that.
Yeah.
But I felt so good. So there's this mentor that we follow, Shreyans Daga. उनकी लिंक्स हम डाल देंगे नीचे in the description box. He has free courses online. हमने कोई पेमेंट नहीं की थी when we started our spiritual journey. हमने आज भी कोई पेमेंट नहीं की है.
Yeah.
But this is completely non-sponsored. But we started our spiritual journey with him. उन्होंने ना ऐसे break down किया है सारे spiritual चीजों को.
It's a life hack.
Life hack. सारे break down किया कि कैसे जीना है अपनी जिंदगी. When I started that, I got so much knowledge of what we were doing, what I was doing with my life. That was the first time I realized, क्योंकि तब तक तो मैं हाई हॉर्स पे थी कि मैं तो सही हूँ, मैं तो गलत नहीं हूँ, इस बंदे को मुझे सॉरी बोलनी चाहिए. But at that point of time I realized कि oh my God, मैं कितना गलत जी रही थी अपनी जिंदगी. मतलब there is no right or wrong.
मतलब
मैं
अलग पर्सपेक्टिव से जी
रही थी जिंदगी, and I could have done so much better. I can do so much better year on.
Yeah.
That was the first time I felt that I need to change. Till that point, I always felt that Divesh needs to change.
I need help and not you, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Till the time I got into the journey.
Yeah.
But till that time, I thought that Divesh needs to change. He needs to have better manners. He needs to do better in his life. अरे यार, मैं तेरे कमियां देख रही थी लाइफ में, पर मैंने खुद के अंदर झांका ही नहीं. मुझे तो लग रहा था मैं सही हूँ, मैं जैसी हूँ मैं सही हूँ. See, there are men who actually don't do anything also, and where their women are very like bang on their frustrations. But there are a lot of partners who expect their other partner to change for them. ये भी बहुत होता है लाइफ में.
Yeah.
A change for you is so difficult. Imagine expecting that from the other person will be so much difficult.
So you tell me that how spirituality changed for us
So when I started my journey, I looked within. I understood that, oh, these are the areas that I need to change in my life. I need to work on. And that's the biggest one, being letting go of a lot of things. There are multiple lessons that I learned, like one, letting go of a lot of things, not taking everything so personally in life, not being so narrow focused, being a little zooming out and
Yeah.
looking at things,
Yeah.
taking a pause before actually reacting. Because earlier
Wow.
तूने एक लाइन बोली और मेरे पास उसका जवाब फट रेडी है तेरे लिए.
हाँ, मतलब एक दूसरे को फेंक के मार रहा है, ऐसा लग रहा है कुछ
या
कि टॉन्ट फेंक के मारना है या गुस्सा फेंक के मारना है.
या
बस वो रेडी है, बस अटैक के लिए रेडी है. हम एक
Yeah.
दूसरे को अटैक ही करते जा रहे हैं और देख रहे हैं कि किसके पास ज्यादा पावर है, कौन ज्यादा अच्छे से अटैक कर सकता है. दैट वाज आवर प्रीवियस गेम.
So then I realized that I should be taking a pause before I even respond to you. I don't want to reply, I want to respond to you. So then I started to practice that. I started to take step by step, start practicing, start remembering the lessons. I used to write down the lessons.
Yeah,
I used to go
remember.
through it in my difficult times when I am probably, you are just throwing some shade at me.
Yeah,
But I'm just remembering my lessons, that I don't have to take it personally.
yeah.
It's not about me. It's about him. So it's okay. Just let him be. But it took time. With practice, I started to be a little kinder.
Yes.
I started to understand a little more. I started to let go a little more.
I'll tell you what changes I saw in you when you started doing, because मैंने तो नहीं शुरू किया था.
Yeah, when I started spirituality, Devesh was in
Yeah.
full Dilulu land. He
Yeah.
did not start
I
anything.
तो thought that कि ये इसकी मुझे जरूरत दौड़ना है,
Yeah.
मेरे को लाइफ में इसकी जरूरत नहीं है. So
But you were saying something that you observed.
yeah, I observed that कि मेरे से कुछ ज्यादा ही स्वीट हो गई है, मेरे से कुछ ज्यादा ही काइंड हो गई है. पहले इतनी काइंड नहीं थी, क्योंकि वो फर्क दिखने लगा था विद इन लाइक अ वीक 2 weeks टाइम. एज सुन एज यू स्टार्टेड वॉचिंग दोज एपिसोड्स, जैसे 28 एपिसोड्स है राइट, तो वो 28 एपिसोड आई थिंक यू मस्ट हैव फिनिश्ड हाफ ऑफ इट तब तक 2-3 हफ्ते में,
Yeah.
है ना. तो उसमें ही बहुत सारे चेंजेस लगने आ गए थे. एंड आई यूज्ड टू सी यू वॉचिंग एट होम. वी केम होम and then you used to watch, and I would never like sat with you and watched with you. तो मैं देखता था कि चेंजेस ऑलरेडी दिखने लग गए हैं, कि तू काइंडर हो गई है मेरे साथ, तू मेरे से अच्छे से बिहेव कर रही है, लेट लिव करने दे रही है जो मुझे करना है. यू slowly started to do that shift I saw in you.
Yeah.
और वो शिफ्ट मुझे थोड़ा सा ऐसे लग रहा था कि ये कुछ अलग कर रही है जो मुझे नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, कि ये कुछ नाटक कर रही है. They're trying to pretend somebody, because you were not. 3 weeks back you were something else.
Yeah.
जो हमारा जो झगड़ा हुआ इतना बड़ा, and cut to 3 weeks later you are something else only. You are a different personality altogether. So मैंने देखा कि भाई ये तो अजब चेंज आया तेरे में.
But because the biggest thing about spirituality is to work on yourself
To
and
look
not the
within.
other person. That's
Yeah.
the biggest thing. The biggest thing is that if you make changes internally, the changes externally will reflect any which ways.
Yeah.
Like it will happen automatically. That's what happened, right? When
Yeah.
I started to become kinder, you started to mirror me. Like you started to be kinder.
Yeah.
Because I changed.
Yeah.
So what I was earlier doing was expecting kindness out of you,
Yeah.
but not being kind myself.
Yeah.
But when I did that with me, like I was kinder to myself also and to you, like for you also. And that shifted something in you. That's when I started my journey, and I saw massive shift in how I dealt with things. Earlier, I used to be really engrossed with घर के झगड़े also. Taking everything very seriously. Mom dad के बीच में झगड़ा हो गया, मैं पागल हो गई. बहन और मॉम के बीच में झगड़ा हो गया, मैं पागल हो गई.
हाँ.
Because everyone used to call me and rant about things, and I used to take it so seriously, and I used to ruin my entire day, but these guys are doing good in their world then. Then I
Yeah.
was like, मैं क्यों इतना seriously ले रही हूँ?
हाँ, why am I so worked up?
Why am I so worked up? So then I realized it later that, oh, ये तो मुझे कभी लोड लेना ही नहीं था in the first place. You know, I can choose now.
Yeah.
Now that I have knowledge,
Yeah.
I can choose to not get involved and let adults manage adult things
Yeah.
and not get involved, not get bothered by it.
So one was spirituality.
The other one was that I started my individual therapy.
Yeah.
And when I started my individual therapy, I understood why I was the way I was. Like I understood my patterns. I realized मैं इतनी controlling क्यों हूँ, मैं इतनी stubborn क्यों हूँ. So I was stubborn a lot of time because I did not get what I wanted in my childhood. Like I did not get the love. I had to always fight for the love. Like performance करना पड़ता था मुझे.
Yeah.
You know, I had
remember
to
you.
perform for love. So that
Give
so
me an
then
example now.
when I'm financially available for my family or my relatives, anyone, whoever loves me, then I used to get that shabashi. So I used to pretend, I used to perform more
तो बचपन
for
में
that
जैसे
shabashi.
हाँ जैसे बचपन में if you perform good like say 10th standard में you get 90% suppose तो family then will love you on your conditional basis कि तेरे को अरे ये तो हमारी अच्छी बच्ची है सबसे अच्छी बच्ची है कि कितना पढ़ती है कितना ख्याल रखती है and then
I was not a good student, but I was a good
but you are better than me at least.
But I was a good daughter is what I meant.
Yeah,
I am a good daughter.
Yeah,
was.
you
I
are.
am a good daughter, but
You are.
प्यार बहुत कंडीशनल होता है.
कंडीशनल होता है कि
हाँ.
जब भी गलती कर दी या फिर टेस्ट पेपर छुपा दिए तो या तो
पर उस पे तो डांट पड़ेगी.
पड़ेगी भी चाहिए. No, I agree. Like
उस पे तो डांट पड़ेगी ना.
Like डांट कब पड़ती थी फिर?
नहीं मतलब a lot of things I realized early. Say for example, elders are not being able to manage their emotions. If I heard and I sort of helped them out, I'm a good person. This is what I'm trying to say. Not very surface level.
हाँ.
Very deeper, on a deeper level that when I heard them, when I sort of gave them solution किसको चाहिए नहीं life में. मांगना सबको है. करना नहीं है apply. At that point of time, oh, this is a good daughter who is listening to my rants, problems. But the day I don't feel like I'm choosing myself, I don't want to. ये तो बहुत अलग हो गई है.
Yeah.
You know?
ये shade throw कर रही है.
ये conditional प्यार बोलते हैं इसको. But I'm still not a good daughter then because I'm choosing myself. When I start choosing me is when there is a problem.
Yeah.
Coming back to the point
so therapy में
I understood a lot of my patterns. How I used to behave, why was I so stubborn, why was I controlling, why did I have anger? I got to know a lot of that. Meanwhile, Devesh had not started either. He did not start therapy.
Like
he did not start spirituality.
6 weeks to Bisu's spirituality and couple therapy, just therapy, individual therapy. 6 weeks हो गए हैं. मैंने अभी तक कुछ शुरू नहीं किया. मैं जस्ट इसको ऑब्जर्व ही कर रहा हूँ या मेरी लाइफ जी रहा हूँ मस्त में.
Also because I have learned to not push you for change.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what my learning was कि नहीं तू खुद करना, देखो करना है तो तुझे better होना है ना.
Correct.
तो तू खुद कर better. And exactly why I used to just ask you but not push you.
Force you
to do things with me. So then my question to you now is that most of the men, A, they don't ask for help because they've been taught like that कि help नहीं मांगा जाता. But B, why are they usually so reluctant towards therapy? Why do they refuse therapy or just shut down the idea? Because a lot of men, a lot of friends that I have, a lot of them, when they say about their life, they usually say that अरे मुझे therapy करनी. एक तो I feel that couples therapy is a part of it, but individual तो होना ही
चाहिए.
So
I think
you don't have to wait for your husband or your wife to come with you. You just start yourself, and if the person wants to come, he or she will one fine day will join you.
Yeah.
But secondly, if sometimes wives do actually say कि चले क्या therapy, साथ में couple therapy एक session करते.
Yeah.
I have heard usually, and I have also seen between you and me, the first answer is no.
Yeah.
And why is that? Why does that happen? From a men POV.
Yeah, I think men or maybe generic अगर मैं बोलूँ, but most of the men बोलूँ, हमको जरूरत ही नहीं है. हमको ऐसा लगता है कि हम सब सॉर्ट है, हमको सब ठीक चल रहा है. जब थेरेपी का नाम आता है तो ऐसा लगता है कि ये तो बीमारी है, ये तो डिप्रेशन है, कुछ थोड़ी ना दिमागी संतुलन थोड़ी ना खराब हो गया है, साइकोलॉजिकली थोड़ी ना कुछ गलत है हमारे ब्रेन में जो हमको थेरेपी जानी पड़ेगी. सबको ऐसा लगता है कि इट्स अ क्लिनिकल थेरेपी, कि दवाइयाँ लेनी पड़ेगी, कैप्सूल्स लेनी पड़ेगी और ठीक होना पड़ेगा, अपने पूरे बॉडी को मेंटली ठीक करना पड़ेगा, तब जाके आप ठीक होगे लाइफ में. Most people don't know what happens in therapy.
Yeah.
Look within करना पड़ेगा या पास्ट में जाना पड़ेगा, चाइल्डहुड में जाना पड़ेगा. The things that therapy teaches you is you have to go back
Yeah.
from the past where you came in, your family, your generation, but that people don't want to do that. I think girls normally able to take this up with themselves because they want changes in their life.
And also, I think because again, men are taught to be so rough and tough.
हाँ,
You know.
but बिस्सू देखना सदियों से नहीं चलता आ रहा है.
Hmm.
Men were supposed to go out and work, and women used to like घर संभालो. Men society generation to generation चलता आ रहा है ना. ये आज या कल की बात नहीं है. 100, 150, 200, 5000 साल से चलता आ रहा है ना कि men will go out, fight for it. They are hard shells. They will go and earn. पैसा घर पे लेके आएंगे. मम्मी लोग या females will cook for them and they are caregivers. We are the providers, they are the caregivers. तो ये जो चलती आ रही है पीढ़ी दर पीढ़ी, तो men became more सख्त आउटसाइड और अंदर सॉफ्ट है, वो उसको खोला ही नहीं, उसको शैल ही नहीं खोला. तो बाहर का ही ऊपरी हिस्सा दिखाते रहे और बोले मैं सख्त लौंडा हूं, मेरे को तो नहीं होता, मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता. भाई मर्द को दर्द होता है भाई. तुम पूछ के देखो उसको अकेले में जाके, वो भले 4 दोस्तों के सामने बोलेगा कि ये क्या है.
पर करते हो क्या तुम 4 दोस्त भी कभी बात करते हो about the shit that happening in life?
I will differentiate from me and my kind of friends कि मैंने मेरे दोस्तों से ऐसी कॉन्वर्सेशन की है क्योंकि मुझे खुद को करनी होती है. अगर वो सामने वाला मुझे इंटरेस्ट नहीं दिखाएगा ना तो मैं नहीं करूंगा उससे. बट जो लौंडे होते हैं जो बात करते हैं, अगर एक भी बंदा उसमें से निकलेगा ना, ऐसी कोई थेरेपी वाली बात करेगा ना, उसको अलूफ कर देंगे, उसको साथ अलग कर देंगे कि ये क्या फालतू बात कर रहा है. मतलब
because it's still a very taboo hush conversation कि यार ये थेरेपी, oh my god ये लोग थेरेपी ले रहे हैं करके, you know. But it's such a it's the most healthiest thing to do.
It's the best thing you can ever do to your
because
life.
I'll tell you कि अगर हमको चोट लगती है कहीं पे भी तो हम दिखाते हैं ना डॉक्टर को,
और मलहम पट्टी करते हैं ना. अब दिमाग में चोट लगी तो दिमाग
दर्द हुआ
कुछ किया ही नहीं.
दर्द हुआ है, चोट लगी है, हर्ट हुआ है, but do you do nothing about it?
Yeah.
Because you're not supposed to be weak. But यहाँ पे लगी तो then it's okay.
Yeah.
But that's so double standard, no?
It is. So
yeah, because
men generally think from this angle and this perspective.
At that point of time, even you were.
I just thought that कि मेरे को जरूरत नहीं है. बिकॉज मेरे लिए टर्मिनोलॉजी ही नहीं थी, बहुत न्यू थी मेरे लिए, कि मुझे लगता था कि हर चीज का आंसर मेरे पास है. इफ अगर मैं ढूंढूंगा तो मुझे मिल जाएगा एंड आई विल फिगर इट आउट. बट लिटिल डिड आई नो कि मुझे थेरेपी में, अगर मैं गया थेरेपी में 2-3 महीने के बाद मैं भी आ गया इन योर पेज, एंड एज सून एज आई first, I came into spirituality with you.
Yeah, you started spirituality first and then therapy. Yeah.
Yes, but you have to tell the audience that how did I come to the spirituality.
तो अब मैं इसको force तो नहीं कर सकती थी because ये तो मैंने सीखा था ना. तो मैंने सीखा smarter ways of, because I'm a quick learner also.
Yeah.
So I learned the smarter ways कि मुझे कैसे इसको लेके आना है.
फंसा सकती हूँ spirituality के चंगुल में.
फंसाऊं करके. ये मैं सोच रही थी.
Yeah.
So what did I do? Brain देखो guys, brain देखो. Manipulation.
बता भी दे.
अच्छी manipulation. Yes. So while I was watching the episodes, there was one episode which was only based on law of attraction. कि तुमको attract कैसे करना है चीजें, which is your attracting your dream job, attracting your car, attracting a shit ton load of money, relationship. अगर दूसरा का कंसेंट भी है तो अट्रैक्टिंग हेल्थ, गुड हेल्थ, वेल बीइंग, ये सारी चीजें को कैसे अट्रैक्ट कर रहा है तुम्हारे लाइफ में. मैं वहां तक पहुंच चुकी थी एपिसोड में. तो देन आई वाज लाइक कि अब मुझे दिवेश को लाना है तो लेट मी अपील टू हिज सिंधी साइड, क्योंकि सिंधीज लव मनी. सो मैंने बोला कि अच्छा इसको मैं पैसों का लालच देती हूँ. फिर व्हाट डिड आई डू? सो देयर इज दिस पिरामिड, ओके, जिस पिरामिड में it's like 3D, 4D and 5D. Okay, 3D is our world. Three dimensional world, which is your हमारे इमोशंस, हमारी सारी चीजें, हम जो इधर देख रहे, फिजिकली टच कर सकते हैं वो सारी चीजें. तो हम अर्थ 3D,
करेक्ट, ऐसा.
4D is a little bit energetic and हम usually in our life 3D and 4D के बीच में jump करते रहते हैं.
Yeah.
5D is like the enlightenment.
Yeah.
Like it's just the
No work, just
no
attracting.
work, हाँ, just attracting, and that is the level where एक इंसान का गोल होता है पहुंचना वहां पे. Whoever knows about spirituality wants to reach the 5D side of thing, but 4D 3D में तो हम jump करते रहते. But ऐसा भी है कि when you are in 3D you are connected to the hustle. You are connected कि जितना hard work उतना ज्यादा पैसा कमाऊंगा. जितना मतलब in for the lack of words जितना घिसूंगा खुद को उतना ज्यादा अच्छा करूंगा जिंदगी में. That is what the 3D level is. जो हम करते हैं, right? हम believe करते हैं कि hard work करेंगे तो उतना कर पाएंगे हम achieve life में. But there's 4D where comes the smart work. जहाँ पे तुमको पता है कि यहाँ पैसा कमा रहे हो, यहाँ पे पैसा mint कर रहे हो तुम. तो ये डिफरेंस आ जाता है between 3D and 4D.
Correct.
I was like, oh my god, ये मैं दिवेश को बता सकती हूँ.
हाँ.
So then in as many words, I told him कि देख दिवेश, ये देख रहा है तू पिरामिड, ये स्पिरिचुअलिटी का एक लेसन है. अगर तू 3D में है, अभी फिलहाल हम सब 3D में है, ठीक है? पर अगर तू अपने ऊपर काम करेगा और तू 3D से 4D टाइप आ पाएगा तो तू पैसे कमाएगा ही नहीं, छापेगा भी. These are the exact words that I told him.
And as soon as she told me, I was like, क्या ऐसा भी चीज होता है लाइफ में, ऐसा कर सकते हैं, इज इट पॉसिबल? तो she's like, yes ब्रो, तो चल, मेरे को कराना है, मेरे को पैसे बना के दे मेरे को.
Yeah.
And
so that is when Divesh started to watch. So now that episode no is very later part of the episodes. मतलब वो first episode में ही law of attraction नहीं है. It's like 15th, 16th or maybe a bit further. हाँ, halfway through आते हैं वो सारे episodes. उधर तक पहुंचने के लिए तुझे first से देखना पड़ेगा.
करना पड़ेगा, of course.
You can't attract things if you have not worked on yourself any which ways. Once you work on yourself is when you start attracting those things in life.
Same way you started working on yourself, I saw the changes, right? And you also saw the changes in yourself. So I became good to you when you became good to yourself.
Yeah.
So somewhere has to be the start. कहीं से तो शुरुआत करनी पड़ती है.
Correct. So that's the start. When you start from the lesson 1, when you start small, is when you reach to the point where you learn about attracting bigger things in life, manifesting bigger things in life. And that's how Divesh got into spirituality.
Yeah.
I love this story because it's just, I even smile for the story, but in my heart, I'm really happy that I did it, and I'm sure you are also happy that I
mean,
did
after
it.
that, till day, there's no going back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a जितना spirituality को जानना समझना, it's not like 30 lessons, episodes. It's the deeper truth about yourself and the universe. So जितना आप अंदर घुसते जाओगे उतना आपके लिए कम है. It's the study is not enough.
Yeah, and it's like everyday life throws things at you, but you remember your lessons. You go back to your lessons.
Yeah.
You understand everything. Okay, अच्छा ये कहना चाह रहा है मुझे.
Yeah.
So that was the story where Divesh got into spirituality. Now, how did you get into therapy, Divesh?
Okay. So therapy, as I said, I used to say back then that कि मेरे को क्या जरूरत है, मेरे को तो जरूरत नहीं है.
The exact lines are, I'm too cool for that shit.
I'm too cool for that shit. Shit, I can't believe I said this. I'm embarrassed. I'm really embarrassed. मेरे खुद पे कि मैं ऐसा कैसे बोल सकता हूँ. But yeah.
Because मैंने spirituality किया हुआ था and acceptance मैंने सीखा था नया. तो then जब दिवेश बोलता था I'm too cool for that shit, तो मैं ऐसे होती
Interesting point
of view.
So yeah, I was not of the opinion to start individual therapy. Couple therapy तो बहुत दूर की बात है. कि मुझे लगता था नहीं, इसके लिए मैं बना ही नहीं हूँ. It's not for me. It's for people who have some problem over here. ऐसा. But little did I know, therapy सबके लिए बनी है. Everybody needs therapy in this life.
जो बोलता है ना कि मुझे थेरेपी की जरूरत नहीं है, उसको सबसे ज्यादा जरूरत है.
Yeah. It's just आपको जल्दी रियलाइज होता है या लेट रियलाइज होता है. कभी ना कभी तो रियलाइज होगा आपको लाइफ
या नहीं होगा तो बाद में कभी होगा. But yeah, we'll come to that.
Yeah.
But this was the story.
But we want to say that ki we got into spirituality and therapy. We did couple therapy also.
we still do it.
We still do it.
We still
But
do it.
we want to say that ki ye it takes courage to get into such things because आपको है ना अपना old self shred करना पड़ता है. We did shred our old patterns,
Shed
old
करना
beliefs.
पड़ता है, yes.
लिटरली ऐसे मतलब नॉट लिटरली काटना पड़ता है स्किन बट अंदर से पूरा अनलर्न करना पड़ता है एंड लर्न न्यू थिंग्स बिकॉज व्हेन यू गेट इनटू स्पिरिचुअलिटी बहुत सारी नई टर्मिनोलॉजीज नए कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में आते हैं तो एंड इट्स वेरी फॉर अस इट्स वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एंड इट इज माइंड बॉगलिंग amazing.
It's really cool, I would say.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool.
Very cool to understand life, very cool to understand yourself, very cool to understand the areas that we had to work on and we still have to work on,
Yeah.
like a lot of things.
Yeah.
And
I would say that ki spirituality and therapy saved our marriage, saved our
which is very
relationship, saved individuals as a
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
हम दोनों को भी बचाया उसने, as a couple को भी, as individuals को भी, और कितनी सारी ऐसी चीजें दे दी उसने गिफ्ट में,
Yeah.
so that we can keep this with us and take it all along for so many years to come.
Yeah.
ये 5 साल तो कुछ भी नहीं है. It is going to carry us for the next lifetime also.
Yeah. We get a lot of comments about our spirituality journey. A lot of comments about asking for our therapist's contact. And
मैं तो थक गया हूँ ये DMs पढ़ के. I wanted a channel, a medium to tell people where did we learn from and
because it's
how did we
physically
get into it.
impossible for us to keep on responding to
Yeah,
every
there are thousands
DM,
of messages.
DM, and exactly why every detail is mentioned in the comment section, and you can go and please feel free.
Also description.
Oh, sorry, description, not the comment section. And also because we want to genuinely, if something has helped us, we would want to share it with the world. We have always, Devesh and I have always had the opinion that we want to share it with others also.
Yeah.
Because it was so physically impossible to respond to every message, every DM. Exactly why we want, this is our medium, this is our platform. We have a lot of hacks, we have a lot of conversations, we have a lot of interesting topics to discuss on.
Yeah.
And that's why we are discussing all of it here. We are sharing it with our audience, with our community, and hopefully this helps you all as well.
Yeah. Guys, मुझे आप लोगों से बहुत जरूरी बात करनी है. You guys can comment down जो भी आपके questions है, जो भी आपको पूछना है, anything and everything. We will try to answer each and every one. Comment करो और question करो हमको.
Conversation karo hamare saath.
Yes.
And we, as you know, we also have this one segment where जनता जवाब चाहती है.
और जनता को जवाब मिलेगा.
तो हम कोई कमेंट या कोई सिचुएशन, अगर कोई कांड भी हुआ हो आपके लाइफ में, हम उठाएंगे, हम बात करेंगे उस बारे में कि हमारा क्या टेक है उस पे. इट विल बी फन टू नो कि अच्छा कितने कांड करते हैं हमारी ऑडियंस, एंड इट विल बी अनोनिमस.
Yeah, it'll be
तो
featured.
नाम नहीं
It'll
लिया
be
जाएगा
featured
किसी का
in our next episode के segment में. जनता
so be least bothered कि नाम आएगा किसी का. Oh my God, क्या हो जाएगा, मेरे बारे में बता देंगे, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा.
हाँ, हम नाम छुपा देंगे, blur कर देंगे. Don't worry.
So yeah.
Your secret is safe with us. Really?
Is it though?
Is it though? है क्या?
So Devesh, आज तो चटपटा सेगमेंट नहीं है बट रैपिड फायर राउंड है.
Like every other podcast or Coffee with Karan we've seen.
तो हम भी कॉफी विद करण करें ना.
हम Coffee with विशाखा देवेश कर रहे हैं ना.
Okay. So now, who is going first?
Let me go first. चल.
Oh shit, why am I scared?
कितना रैपिड फायर था ये देखिए.
Yeah, why am I scared?
Okay. चलो, are you ready? I think you're ready. I don't think you're ready.
I'm not.
I think you're ready.
I'm ready.
I think you're not ready. If you, मैं I में पढ़ूंगा because you consider yourself as I.
No, तो if you बोलना.
If you were a traffic rule, which one would it be? Stop.
हाँ.
Why?
You want rapid ना? You
हाँ.
don't want reasons. Reason is that reason. Okay.
reason बता
Reason is
दे.
because I need to know you, be comfortable with you. So stop.
Okay.
हाँ, ऐसा.
If you had a warning label, what it would be?
Rebellious. in nature. So be cautious. Like approach in with caution.
मुझे क्यों नहीं दी ये वार्निंग लेबल? ओके.
सारी साइंस इग्नोर किए.
If you were a mobile app, कौन सा होगा?
Instagram.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say this. Instagram.
Because I'm very active in that
Yeah.
way.
If you had a superpower, क्या होगा वो super?
Mind reading.
Mind reading.
I'm very rapid. I have to say this. Very rapid.
It's not mind reading. It's काला जादू.
It's mind reading. Kala Jadoo is making you do things. How do I know this? Why do I know this?
तो तू mind read करके वही तो करेगी सब.
नहीं,
जान लेगी सब.
मतलब I want to know things. Like I'm just want to know things.
My God.
I'm very curious as a child, like as a person. I don't know. For the first thought that comes to my mind is Amisha Patel from Kaho Na Pyar Hai. I don't know why. I have no clue why.
I thought-
You said rapid. Something I thought. I
But
don't know.
Rajpal Yadav नहीं.
Did you just hide shame me?
No, because you're funny.
Did you just hide shame me?
No.
What do you mean? What? I have no words. Okay, rapid
पाँच
fire.
हो गया
5
क्या?
questions done.
5 हो गया टीम? Okay. फिर मेरे को और पूछना था but ठीक है.
Save it for the
Okay.
next time.
Okay, fine.
But how did I perform? Very rapid.
अरे
no? Very rapid.
बहुत रैपिड
Nice.
थी यार.
Okay, now you.
मेरे को टेंशन हो रहा है अभी. मला कसं तरी होतो.
Now you. Okay.
ठीक है.
How would you rate us today? 10 being the highest. Rapid.
25.5.
Okay. One word for me. Rapid.
Lovely.
Movie night with me or PS5? Divesh rapid. Oh my god, he's failing it.
Ankit.
Guys, he's failing it. He's failing it. He's sentimental.
PS5.
Did you just
PS5 any day.
choose PS5 over movie night with me?
Yeah, I will. PS खेलने के बाद लेके जाऊंगा ना तेरे को.
Anyway, he's failing at it. So, my biggest red flag. Rapid.
Not being loyal.
Not being loyal. What did I do to you?
मतलब no. अगर कोई तेरे से लॉयल नहीं है, that's your red flag.
No.
तो
Oh God. I thought, what did I do?
नहीं.
My biggest red flag. What is my biggest red flag?
अच्छा तेरा ओ चिल्ला के बात करना थोड़ा हाई पिच हो जाता है तेरा कभी-कभी आर्गुमेंट में तो वो थोड़ा
Honest. Have you ever felt taken for granted by me?
यस
Okay.
Yes.
That was rapid. Okay.
दैट्स इट डन
Yeah.
और पूछ
5
यार
questions.
थोड़ा मजा आ रहा था
But he didn't perform well. He was not rapid. I would say. Who won the
मैंने
round?
कितने अच्छे क्वेश्चंस पूछे यार
Who
तूने
won
तो
the
मतलब
round?
स्पॉट पे डाल दिया मेरे को
Who?
हेलो करण जौहर यू आर नॉट सपोज्ड टू बी लाइक हिम थोड़ा सा डिस्काउंट करना होता है कपिल को
I did discount you. Come
Yeah.
on. You will let us know in the comments who won this round.
आई थिंक मी बट लोग बोलेंगे आपको बिस्सू कमेंट सेक्शन में डाल देंगे सब
Because I was good, genuinely. Okay, with that, we wrap
एंड दिस रैपिड फायर
Yes.